Real quick, where are you watching this from? Drop your city in the comments. And if you like true horror, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe. Trust me, you're going to want to stay till the end. I never liked fireworks. Not because of the noise, but because every time the sky lights up, I remember what I saw that night. It was July 4th, 2025. The night Airbridge decided to bring back its historic battlefield reenactment. The whole town showed up, kids in bonnets, dads dressed like colonial soldiers, and a fake cannon rigged with red, white, and blue confetti. Except, when the sun dipped below the hills, something changed. The air got thick. Not humid. Heavy. Like grief. I remember a cold wind blowing even though it was 92 degrees. And then, during the finale, when the cannon was supposed to fire a glitter bomb, it exploded. Not with color, but with ash. Black, acrid, ancient-smelling ash. And then, they appeared. Figures in uniforms that didn't match the reenactment. Bloodied. Hollow-eyed. Still carrying bayonets. Marching through the smoke like they'd never stopped fighting. I thought it was part of the show. Until they looked at me. Like they recognized me. Panic broke out. Not the excited kind, but the kind that makes people trample their own children. Screaming, pushing, breaking through barriers. I saw Mr. Langston drop his baby trying to jump a fence. The soldiers didn't touch anyone. Not at first. They just walked. Information. Right to the middle of the field. And stopped. Then one raised a musket. Pointed it right at the mayor. The crowd froze. But when the smoke cleared, the mayor was fine. The musket ball hit the Liberty Bell replica behind him. Cracked it clean in half. No one said a word. Then they vanished. Not walked away, vanished. The field was empty again. Except for the smell of sulfur, and one thing left behind. A child's wooden toy soldier. Burned around the edges. That's when people started leaving town. Some quietly, some overnight. But not us, because my dad was the town historian. And he said this wasn't the first time. Every 50 years, he whispered, the gate reopens. It started with missing dogs. Then birds stopped singing. The air in Fairbridge turned still. It was like the whole town was holding its breath. But no one spoke about it. Not even online. Posts disappeared. Phones glitched. Live streams froze whenever someone said the word Fairbridge. My dad locked himself in the library. Buried in microfiche, town registries, and letters dated 1776. He looked worse every day. Eyes red. Hands shaking. Then on July 3rd he pulled me aside. They're not ghosts. They're revenants. Bound to the place of betrayal. He showed me a map. The original battlefield map. And 5 red X's. The first point. That's where the vow was broken. That night we went to the first X. Old orchard. Abandoned now. He carried a candle and a musket ball. Said it was part of the ritual. We dug. And found a satchel. Inside, a colonial flag soaked in dried blood, and a tooth. Human. Still white. Then I heard it. Drums. Far away, but getting closer. Dad said, we have to leave it there. Acknowledge the wound. Honor the fallen. We did. We lit the candle. Spoke the names on the roster. The drums stopped. But when we got home, the front door was open. And my sister, who wasn't with us, was standing in the hallway, staring at nothing, whispering in Latin. The town didn't talk about what happened that night. At least not out loud. The papers called it a tragic panic. Blamed faulty pyrotechnics and carbon monoxide. But we knew. The kids knew. We saw the faces. We heard the drums. The next morning half the town was at the church. The other half was missing. And that's when we learned the rules. Or started to. Mom packed a bag. Said we were leaving. Dad refused. Said we weren't giving in to ghost stories. That's when she showed him the scar. A long, crooked line down her back. White as bone. They marked me when I was 12, she said. Same age as her now. She pointed at me. The family secret spilled fast after that. Turns out Mom grew up here too. Left after the bicentennial disaster of 76. Only came back when Grandma died and left us the house. It always starts with the reenactments, she said. Blood calls blood. We left that night. Didn't even pack. But the road out of Fairbridge was fogged over, thick, choking. I swear I saw figures walking beside the car. Dad hit the gas. But no matter how far we drove, the mileage never changed. The GPS kept spinning. We turned around and were somehow back in town. That night, something scratched the front door. Long, steady. Like a bayonet against wood. I didn't sleep. Neither did Mom. In the morning, Dad was gone. His boots were still by the door. His phone is still charging. but no sign of him. Except for one thing. A musket ball on his pillow. Still warm. The next week, Fairbridge held a vigil. Another adult gone. The town said we were cursed. But Mom knew better. It's not a curse. It's a debt, she said. And they've come to collect. Mom said there were names the soldiers still remembered. Bloodlines. Betrayals. Vows never fulfilled. They whisper to the ones who owe them, she said. And they don't forget. She took me to the church basement. It smelled like old paper and ash. We lit 3 black candles and opened a leather-bound registry hidden under the floorboards. Fairbridge's founding families. Dozens of names. Some were crossed out. Some circled in red. Ours circled. Twice. We weren't just witnesses, Mom whispered. We were part of the oath. That night I started hearing them. Not voices. Just whispers. Like wind moving through bone. Sometimes behind my ear. Sometimes inside my dreams. One word always rose above the rest. Finish. At first I thought it meant to finish the celebration. But Mom said it was older than that. She said our family once led the peace accords during the war. Promised safe passage to both sides on this very land. But our ancestor, Commander Rourke, betrayed that vow. Led one side into an ambush. For gold. Land. And that broken promise soaked the ground in vengeance. They won't stop until it's repaid, Mom said. Until someone walks the whisper line. What is it? I asked. It's the path between worlds. The place where you can speak to them, if they let you. The next morning the air was heavy. Crows circled the steeple. Every clock in town stopped at 3:33 a.m. And in the center of the battlefield, a trail of blood appeared, fresh and steaming. It ran from the war monument to the woods. The whisper line had opened, and it wanted someone to follow. I should have run. But I stepped onto the path, and everything changed. The whisper line wasn't a path. It was a memory, relived in real time. Every step I took bled into another time. Soldiers passed through me like fog. I heard their cries, saw the bayonets, smelled the gunpowder. I saw Rourke, my ancestor. He stood in the clearing, hands red, gold glinting in his satchel. He looked up, and somehow saw me. Finish it, he said. The promise. The ground shifted. The trees blinked. And I was back in the present, kneeling before a stone I didn't recognize. Except it had my name on it. My full name. Birth date and death date, July 4th, 2025. I ran. The woods pulsed like a beating heart. Voices screamed. Names were chanted. Names from the registry. One by one crossed out in blood. I made it back to the battlefield just before sundown. Mom was there. So was the town. A new reenactment was starting. Except no one looked like actors. They looked like them. The soldiers. From both sides. Pale. Smiling. Waiting. The sky turned red. And a voice echoed over the crowd. Justice or silence. I stepped forward. Told them the truth. What Rourke did. I recited the peace accords from the old book in the church. I offered everything, land, name, even myself. But that wasn't what they wanted. They wanted witnesses. So I turned to the town. And I made them hear. Every line. Every betrayal. Every scream in the woods. And slowly, the ghosts faded. Smoke dissolved. Shadows lifted. The town forgot by morning. Thought it was a vivid dream. But I remembered. Because my name never left that stone. I walk. I breathe. But I don't cast a shadow anymore. So if you're watching this, and you hear fireworks this week, don't look toward the sky. Look behind you. I'll be there. The end.